say that 30% of your allocation can be devoted to local projects, and the 70% can either be O01 or O02. Doesn't really, we don't have any ceiling at all for both. If you want to use actually the entire allocation of 70% for flood control, you can do so. If you want to put it all in roads, you can do so as well. You know, it's flexible, Your Honor, depending on the requirements that you may need in that area. So wala ko kaming ceiling na ini-impose for flood control or roads at all.
Well,
for the 70%.
Opo, pero nakasiling pa rin ho yun.
The ceiling is actually the ceiling that you are imposing is actually yung allocation for
per person.
For the legislative district.
Ayun na nga ko, but we shouldn't confine it to per legislative district 1 bika or something. Dapat alamin mo kung ano yung needs. Kasi yung flood control namin is possibly more than 1B already. Opo. And again, kung saan po yung, kasi kung ako mababaha, hindi lang ako lang eh. Lahat po tayo mababaha. We can no longer pass the NLEX. Our relay is going to be useless. So, sana po, pag-isipan lang. Opo. And then moving forward po, ano ba? I was always told when I was young na somebody, Jaika told me when I was really starting out, sabi, you cannot fight water. As I was borrowing 7B, they told me you cannot fight water. You have to learn to live with flood. So how are we adapting ourselves? I'd like to share po yung school building po namin. Paki-project lang po. Sige po, next pa. Sige po. Anyway, gumagawa na po kami ng school building na wala pong first floor.
Yes.
Opo. And may we request that to be the design standard. Yes. Nakabigay ba?
Yes.
Nabigay po yung picture. If you could project it po para we can see what we are talking about. Ma'am Jem? Ay, naayos lang. So basically, I'm proposing a design standard na po. Meron na ba? Ayan po, oh. Tingnan niyo po, yung ilalim, talagang empty na siya. Para pagdating po ng tubig, dadaan lang po. Tapos, everybody lives on the second floor, and gumagawa po kami parang mga sky bridge. So, I hope that we could impose this as or study this as this design standard for all public buildings actually. Pati yung hospital ko, nakaangat na po. Yung ilalim parking po yan. So, kasi, di ba, the definition of, I don't want to say the word stupid eh. The definition of not being effective is repeating the same mistake over and over again. Opo. So, ang dami na ho naming natambak. Yung mga roads namin, 5 times na pong ginawa. So, yung climate change parang may marathon, tapos pagdating mo sa finish line, biglang inuurong uli. So, it's never gonna end eh. So, yan ang suggestion ko po. I hope all government buildings will be constructed in that manner na po. And that during the summer, we can use the first floor, and during the rainy season, we can use the second floor po. And then they will be connected by a sky bridge. Darating po si Secretary Sani Angara on Wednesday to consider this na po, to do the ribbon cutting po. So, yun. And finally, I wanted also to say, there's much talk about impounding and all of this. Ang ano ko lang po talaga is, it's okay to help flooded areas, but it's not proper naman to flood other areas na hindi naman ho fina-flood para lang ho makatulong dun sa iba. Kasi syempre may karapatan din naman ho yung mga taong may bahay na i-resettle natin para ho bahain. So yung proposal po ng ng water impounding, I don't believe that it's a water impounding kasi Secretary Singson told me that he needed, and it's on record in the newspaper, that he was planning to flood 20,000 hectares of farmland. Yes, it's in the Philippine Star, year of 2016. So he said that. So I don't believe that this water impounding will stop from 200 hectares or what. Para yan, ano, di ba may boyfriend ka, sabi holding hands lang, afterwards buntis ka na. So, ganon. You start small and then just keep making the situation worse until malaking-malaki na. So, that is why we are against water impounding, or sana sabihin nyo yung totoo, kukunin nyo yung tubig para i-sell sa MWSS. So, at least that is the belief in our place. And it's actually quite a violent issue. So, wag na ho nating ulitin yung violence dito na nangyari. But, yun, I'm just only explaining lang po my side na masyado pong emotional yung mga tao, lalo na po kung kukunin po yung mga bahay nila. And that's 9,000 to be resettled. So, parang ayaw na ayaw po. But I think I would like to thank the DPWH and Yusek Sadain for moving this project to San Antonio Swamp, kung saan po naman na-welcome po nila ng mabuti kasi nobody naman is living in the San Antonio Swamp. So they were very happy po, and I would like to put it on record that I would like to thank the DPWH for this for moving the project po to a place that was more receptive po sa ano, and hopefully, we will see po if this becomes more effective. But again, the volume of water is really so great po. So, sir, and can you enlighten us lastly on the Korean loan and what's happening po? Kasi we are also borrowing from Korea.
Your Honor, may I ask our Senior Undersecretary to elaborate on the status of this project?
Yusek Sadain is recognized, please. Thank you, Mr. Chair, Your Honor. The phase one, as what has been mentioned by the good Congresswoman, has already been completed sometime April last year. And that was the phase one, and the phase two that would extend all the way upstream by 17 kilometers. That is actually in the pipeline now of the Korean Exim Bank, ma'am. So they're looking at on some revisiting of the FS that was previously done way back 4 or 5 years ago. So it is something that the Korean Exim Bank may have to consider it in the coming years, because phase one may not be sufficient if you don't have the phase two, meaning the upstream section that would connect the delivery of flood water all the way to Manila Bay. Tuloy-tuloy pa naman yan po, ma'am.
So, thank you so much po for that. And lastly, I would like to personally thank our RDC, Sir Dong Tolentino, and our good USEX and Secretary, of course, sa maraming tulong po, no? Climate change is here. We need to act po decisively. And sabi nga, yung problema po namin ay napakabigat, pero pag marami pong tumutulong, ay gumagaan kahit papano. So maraming salamat po. And sana po magtulungan tayo moving forward.
Makakaasa po kayo.
Thank you, Congresswoman Bondok. We're down to our last two members. Next to ask the question is Congresswoman Garcia.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Magandang hapon po, USEX at mga regional directors and my colleagues. Just some observations, Mr. Chair, on the comments earlier cited already. So, this representation agrees with the Secretary and other representatives with the importance of, with the observation of the silted riverways. So, it's really very evident na kung walang pupuntahan yung tubig, talagang maninira po ng kabukiran, ng bahay, etc. So, I agree po with the proposal of Secretary na sana makapag-dredge or desilt tayo by admin, and hopefully, Sec, hindi lang by region yung pagbabanong by admin, pero sana by district, considering the length of riverways that needs to be desilted. Second, I just wanted also to share the importance of a master drainage plan, not only a flood control plan. So when I was a local chief executive, I contracted a consultancy firm to do a master drainage plan for the municipality of Dinulupihan. Partially, yung mga binabahan noon, the rough cost around 5-6 years ago was 1.2 billion. So this is only for one municipality. So kahit na merong initiative yung municipality for having a master drainage plan, medyo imposible pa rin po talaga i-fund. Siguro nga prioritization, multi-year, pero sana we know, parang we validate the amount and we really project it na magagawa natin over, let's say, 10 years and then we prioritize para makokompleto yung project. Kasi katulad ng observations kanina, we have a master plan pero yung budget hanggang dito lang, hindi po siya effective and sayang lang po yung budget na ginagastos natin. Of course, with due respect to Congresswoman Ana, our master drainage plan has a component of a retention fund. The plan was zero inundation, 50 years, computing the volume of rainwater, etc. Wala talaga siyang pupuntahan. So we really need the retention fund and then little by little release it. Pero sana we also have the other agencies' validation on how to, kung hindi natin i-release sa rivers or sa outfall natin, sana we can reuse the water kasi nandyan na siya. So, I don't think it's only a DPWH initiative. It can be NIA, it can be water resources, it can be, so we can use the flood water sana. Pero, again, multi-agency po talaga yung issue ng climate change. So, if other LGUs have such studies, and baka yung other LGUs will not have that budget, baka we really need to put in master plan feasibility studies in our budget para once and for all, we have a complete feasibility study for all the LGUs, for all the concerns, para we know what the root cause of our problem is. And of course, decide how we want to tackle that problem. Thirdly, kanina we were saying, Mr. Chair, you were saying na we are requesting for DPWH to submit the list of the projects since 3 years ago, and then what has been completed and what has not yet been completed and what has been damaged. But may we also request for the complete list of flood control projects that's needed. Kasi, echoing Congresswoman Ana's comment, hindi matatapos yung problema with what has just been budgeted in the last 3 years. So, I think we need an overall picture of what flood control projects we need on a per district, per town, or per region, and how much have we allocated for those flood control para we have that perspective na kung medyo over and above our net, saan natin pwede itong ma-source out? Kasi the farmers yung nangungutang tapos wala silang ibabayad kasi na calamity yung farm nila, yung mga bahay na pinundar ng OFWs na nabaha ulit. So, parang I think we need yung overall picture of our flood control issues, yung budget natin, para nga we can have a band-aid, short-term, medium, long-term solution for our flood control projects. And lastly, I echo Congressman Franz Pumaren's, somebody else says about the bridges. So I think our problem is not only flood control in terms of riverways. Bridges have been affected as well, and aside from this, the landslide areas as well. So I think we tackle the problem not only zeroing in on flood control